All right, so time to roll up our sleeves. We understand enough to start installing things. Also, just take note, all right, we haven't typed one command at all, right? But look at everything you need to understand. That is where the human side comes in. The coding is not the important thing anymore. All right, that is why you have AI. That's why you have cursor. No matter what language, no matter what I'm talking about is you need to understand the architecture. All right, and you can see just having to understand that how it should be able to make you a much better AI programmer. Imagine you start programming not knowing these things and you just have to hope for the best. All right, so let's move on to Node.js, and we're going to install Node.js right now. If you go to the main page, and you can see what they say: run JavaScript everywhere. All right, and that was, when it started off, it's really a big thing to be able to run JavaScript as a service. All right, and as we carry on, you'll see why. But let's install it now. From the home page, you go to downloads. Uh, just choose the one they currently suggest you use, because this is the one that is the most stable. Especially when you're learning, you don't want to run into unstable things and so forth. Once you're much more experienced and so forth, go for the latest, greatest. Of course, if it's for Windows, uh, choose Windows. And then the Docker is something we will look at later on, but you can take your whole programming environment and place it in its own little, let's say, computer space, and it can't go out of it changing things in your on your computer, for example. And then what we're going to do is most definitely use npm, and that's your node package manager. Now npm, uh, you know Node.js do have hundreds upon hundreds, if not thousands, of available packages. One of them, for example, is React, that we talked about in the last video. It's got Vite, it's got database and specifically Superbase access packages. It's got packages, for instance, to run a little server on your own computer, because if you look at what we've done so far, creating web pages and so forth, that run directly from my local computer. So npm allows you to install and update all those packages. So we definitely will say it must include npm, and you can then go and say install Windows install. You'll see how it uploads Node.js. It's very fast, it's very small, 30 megabyte in size. Open it up, and you can just go next, accept the agreement, next. Where should it be installed? The Node.js, the default there is perfectly fine. Then it asks you to do do you want to do a custom setup? Just say no, leave it as is, say next. I already installed it, so I'm not going to go further. Just next until it's finished and it says installed. Once you've done that, you can open the command line. So if you go to if it's Windows, at the bottom under search, just say cmd command line, cmd, and it will open up the command line. But I would suggest you simply go into cursor If you click here to the top, you can toggle the command line at the bottom. And as you can see, we've got a command line there. I'm going to just take away these side panels, and I'm going to take this and I'll bring it up to there. Now, if you look back at your browser, what you will see is that there's two commands that you can run to test if your installation was successful. Node -v is the first one, and then npm, the package manager, is the second one. So let's do it. I've already done it there to the top. When I was testing, I don't want to have egg on my face on every single video. So Node -v will show you the version of Node, and there you can see it did pick it up. And the next one will be npm -v also to see the version, and there you see the version of your npm. Now that we have this, we can start doing things like installing all kinds of packages. So I'll tell it, if I say it, I mean cursor, please install the development server, Vite, React, Tailwind for me. All right. Please install the dev server, React, and Tailwind for me. All right, what it will do is it will now go and create a special package called package.json. And in this package, it will have all the applications or all the packages that you installed. But what it always also will have is all the dependencies automatically, because some packages will rely on other packages to work. And there you can see it says now npm run dev, which I have here somewhere already. Just before that, it can automatically install it, and I see it did it. But if I say npm install, it will go and look in this file here to the top of what packages need to be installed. If it finds new ones, it will add it to this list. Currently it says everything is up to date because I already have it installed. And now if I want to run a the development server, and you'll say it can do it for you, I'll just run it. And what you'll notice is that it will say, look, it's started it up on your own computer, localhost, with a port number. So if you take this and you go back to your browser, new tab, and I put it in there, I say enter, there you go. There's that little page we created. And I think we had an about us one as well to get to the website. It was not about, what was it? Let me just quickly go back to my system here. I think it might have been about us. Let me just try that. Oh, it was not about us either. Give me a second. Sorry, guys. There is a contact us. Now I'm struggling to get a simple page here. We just grab the whole URL, paste it in there for us. Sorry for this delay. Okay, and there we have it. So there you have the whole page. All nice and done. We've just installed NodeJS and you even see how we can install packages for it. And the very important one we installed was the dev server. And to run the dev server, it even shows you here to the left. Just go there again. To the left, it shows you there how to run it. All right, you will of course remember that command from now on without a doubt, because you always will want a web server to be able to see exactly what you're doing. Node.js installed. With the package manager, we're going to install all kinds of packages, and the next video we're going to very much tackle Superbase and Netlify and get that set up properly. So I'll see you in that video. Bye.